Hi folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report. We've talked about some big fish that are being caught in our area, the new records that have come about. There was just a gigantic, the biggest one ever caught in the state, gar, that was caught in Butterfield Lake down in Jefferson County by an angler that didn't have any idea he was going to go out and catch this gigantic gar. And if you haven't seen or known what a gar is, they're a prehistoric fish, I guess you could call them, that lives in our waters that most people ignore. They're formidable looking. They have a long, long snout with the razor sharp teeth. And this gar was gigantic, and it was caught in one of our lakes. But that really wasn't what I want to talk about. We have these wonderful waterways and this great fishing that we have from the majestic St. Lawrence all the way to the trickling little waterways that are in the foothills and through the Adirondacks that people enjoy being on. And we have trails that are just majestic. They're fabulous that families can get a chance to go on. But here's what I wanted to say. A lot of times I think we've heard of forest rangers. And we have a school right up in Wanakena here for forest rangers to be trained on how to be a forest ranger. But what do forest rangers do? And each month or each week on the DEC websites, you can get a report on what forest rangers have done this month in rescuing people. And this is what I want you to realize. Trails in particular. There's so many people that hear the wonderful stories about what you can do going out walking and going on our trails. But what they don't take into consideration a lot is the physical energy, conditioning, and stress that goes in taking some of these trails, going up some of these peaks that people want to see the beauty and the splendor of what they can see in our area. And so all the time, every week, there's rescue attempts that have to be made because somebody has either got lost, they've fallen on the trail and they broke a bone, or they've injured themselves in some way, or they've become exhausted, or they've had a heart attack, or all the things that happen to people when we try to bite off sometimes more than we think we can chew or more than we can actually chew. And so forest rangers do all of this. Just recently, in the Brazier Forest, a person got disoriented, was lost, and forest rangers were called to try to save them. And this is going on in every county around us. And I think it's really critical that we realize that this is a major part of all the things that we rave about and all the things that we want to draw attention to, the wonderful times that we can have in our outdoors. Well, there's always risks, with the high waters that we have been having right now. People think, oh boy, I have a kayak. And they look at a river and they say, well, we can put kayaks in that river. But that river changes. It becomes a different river when the water level goes up. The current is stronger. The eddies are different. And what a kayak or what an amateur that hasn't spent that much time in a kayak or canoe might not realize is this might not be the right conditions to put your craft in at this time. And as a result, there's drownings. There's people that have to be rescued because their kayak or canoe is tipped over. And it's just another thing that forest rangers do. And I'll tell you, they're highly trained. They're magnificent examples of what our people can do and what they do for others. Basically, their life is spent in serving others. And I don't know how often they get the accolades that they truly deserve, whether it's fighting a forest fire, whether it's rescuing somebody on a trail, whether it's saving somebody from drowning in one of our streams, or all the other things that they have to do in shore cleanups. And their responsibilities are almost endless. And I think it's a good time for me to come here on air and to thank them for all that they do. Until next time, folks, this is Don Meissner with the North Country Fishing Report.